Hey fellas, and welcome back to With a Y, and today we're going to be talking about the process of losing a loved one, grieving. It's often said that everybody grieves different, and it's true. The way that your emotions affect you are going to manifest in their own unique and unpredictable ways when someone you cared about was once there, and then they're not. The context that I've seen it brought up the most in recently is in regards to one Erica Kirk, the widow of Charlie Kirk after he was murdered a few months back. And it's mostly been in the form of videos like this. Everyone has their own way of grieving, and then some people say this is how Erica Kirk is going about it. I'm not gonna lie, if that's what they were doing at like Charlie Kirk's public memorial function, like Travis Scott was performing, I feel like you could make an argument for a lot of people who wouldn't go normally would want to go to that one specifically. This description is so funny. Please don't turn this video into politics. Dude, how could it possibly not? Now, before we like talk too much about this, I want to show y'all some actual clips of like what the real events that people are parodying in these actually look like. Like, she's coming out fitted the fuck up with pyrotechnics and camera crews all around her. And it's got like pictures of her and Charlie together in life in the background, so what everybody is there for is still like pretty straightforward. There's like another one of her like tossing out hats to a crowd who are also gathering to see her. And I think like the first one she was at might have been the most insane. That was like pretty shortly after Charlie Kirk's death, where an entire stadium was filled of people going there to hear her and Trump speak on Charlie's legacy. I forgot there was a fucking Michael Jackson pop-up in this one. I thought this was like an actual clip, fuck. And we'll get to like the funny comparisons like after this, but I do want to talk a little bit about how like I can genuinely see this being part of a sincere grieving process for Erica Kirk. Hear me out. I think the discrepancy though, it's like a fundamentally unrelatable position to grieve in for the average person. A, she's grieving like a very public figure and is in the wake of it become a public figure herself. Like Charlie Kirk, not a guy I enjoyed watching the death video of, gruesome, but he's not like someone I ideologically care for or particularly mourned. But he had that organization, Turning Point USA, which did have an ideology that Charlie Kirk seemed to genuinely believe in, and it seems like he did want Erica to head up that organization in the wake of his death. So for Erica, being as out and in public in the wake of her husband's death could be like internally her feeling like she's carrying on his mission. I can't say this is how I grieve like at all, but it never had to grieve in the particular position she's in before. I don't have X-ray into her head to see if like what she's doing is sincere or not. And I don't think saying any of that takes away the crux of seeing it, and how she's been all over the place can feel like absolutely like absurd to anybody looking from the outside in. Like, I've never seen funerals done like this before. Like, public services for public figures are nothing new. Like, after XXXTentacion died, you were able to like visit and see his body for a time. I think you could argue Erica Kirk is just raising the bar, setting a new precedent for just how hard you can go for someone's funeral. There's like a decent amount of people out there who have said something to the effect of like, man, funerals are usually like a really like sad and somber affair. I want people at my shit getting turned the fuck up, going to clubs, hitting the casino. If everybody's gonna get together in my name after I'm gone, I want it to be like a big party. I want it to be like a convention. And while there is like an ideological slant where Erica Kirk has like a pretty specific message to push, you can't say she's not doing it the biggest anybody has ever done it. Otherwise, these comparisons wouldn't hit at all. Some people have called this a grieving tour, which I think is a pretty intentional misnomer of what it is. I don't know how appropriate calling it literally a grieving tour is. But you have people saying like she's doing WWE walkouts whenever she shows up to them.
Fuck are you talking about?
I said I forgive him!
At one of these, she literally had Nicki Minaj come out with her. And doing that makes me kind of sad that she didn't go the extra mile to like make it like that one Travis Scott concert at the beginning. Like bro, you got one of the famous music performers of the last 2 decades on stage. Fucking throw a party. At least some people in that crowd know the words to Super Bass. I fucking promise you, dude. I think the ones that caught me off guard the most were like behind angles of like white blonde women performing, where like if you weren't looking or thinking about it very hard, you could almost mistake it and think, wait, was she actually doing that? I'm gonna be honest, I don't even think this joke would have caught on if it weren't for the fucking pyrotechnics, dude. Like, that is the distinct visual in my head that, like, makes them seem so oddly reminiscent of each other. For, like, a public speaking appearance, having, like, a glittery suit wouldn't have been enough to do it for me. Like, if I saw Erica Kirk actually doing this, like literally this, I would be like, well, I'm glad that she's doing well in the wake of the loss. Like, still out here living life, just doing crazy shit. Like, this Iron Man 2 clip has been getting thrown around a lot as like a visual for how people are describing the way they perceive Erica Kirk working through the loss of her husband. I saw some people posting clips like in the same vein as the ones I've shown you, where it's like leaked footage of Erica Kirk rehearsing for the next leg of the Grieving tour. This is what this stuff looks like from the crowd. Erica Kirk kicks off Amfest with that gigantic Turning Point USA logo in the ceiling. Give her privacy as she has a WrestleMania entrance. Oh my fucking god, dude. And as funny in its absurdity as a lot of these are and the comparisons being made, like, I'm still reluctant to say that, like, this can't be part of the grieving process. Fundamentally, she's just doing it bigger than any of us ever have. Like, if grieving the loss of a loved one was a competition, then I think she's mogging literally fucking all of us. Like, quite frankly, none of us are doing it at the level that she is. And it's caused people just kind of dig into their bag and like find shit that I'd never seen before, or at least that I didn't remember, like from movies that I know I've seen but don't remember these parts of at all. And people going, random thought, but the animation here is impressive, holy shit. Like, imagine Erica Kirk comes to your town and like has like a headlining show at a stadium, and she's talked about in the same whispers of performance as like Playboy Cardi, Travis Scott, fucking Michael Jackson. Like, the energy in the room just being electric. Like, all of those, I think with all of those, you guys could at least see the visual through line of where people were coming from. Big walkout entrance reminds you of like a WrestleMania intro. There's like a lot of hype in a place where you don't usually like ascribe the feeling of hype to, you know, the funeral for someone who's now dead. But the most disrespectful one I saw that, like, quite frankly, I just can't endorse this behavior, was attaching Erica Kirk to that like Burnin' Zenless Zone Zero song, man. That one was fucked up of you, man. Anyways, that's all I got. It's just been really insane to see like so many of these popping up on TikTok and Twitter these last few days. Let me know if you guys think I missed like any big points in the comments, like, or if you got any commentary on my commentary, that sort of thing. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at with a Y. That email's in the description if you guys want to send me any video topics. Anyways, piss off.